Guten Tag, liebe Schüler und Schülerinnen. Heute sprechen wir über die Fragewörter wo, woher und wohin. Today we are going to talk about the question words wo, woher and wohin. First of all, two of them you already know. They're already known. Wo, you know, means where. Wo ist die Katze? Sie ist hier. The second one, woher, where from or from where. Woher kommt die Katze? Sie kommt aus Italien. Now, let's talk about wohin. Wohin is new. You have not learned that word before. Wohin means where to, okay, or to where. It means where somebody is going, all right? So, wohin geht die Katze? Where is she going? To. Sie geht in die Synagoge. She's going to the synagogue. Now, I want to point out something. The word in, it does mean in German too, but in this sentence, she is going to. In means to, and we choose in when we're going to a place that will surround us once we're there. Okay, so once the kitty is going inside of the church or the synagogue, she will be surrounded by the walls of that church or synagogue. All right, let's take a look at a second example. Wohin geht die Katze? Where is she going to? Sie geht ins Kino. So once the kitty goes inside of that cinema, she will be surrounded by the walls of the cinema, and so therefore we use the word in again. Notice also that we're going to take these two words and we can, if we want, contract them and make them one, make it shorter and say ins. Sie geht ins Kino. Okay, let's take a look at another one. Wohin geht die Katze? You probably already know that one. Ist das Schwimmbad? Sie geht ins Schwimmbad. Okay, so this is the same explanation as the last slide. Let's take a look at another one. Wohin geht die Katze? Alright, now she's going to the park. Sie geht in den Park. Please take a note that after we say to, we don't use our der, die, das, but we use the accusative form of the der, die, das, which means that our der changes to a den. Okay, so it is sie geht in den Park. And the last one, alright, wohin geht die Katze? Now this is a field, okay, and when you go to that field, you're not necessarily surrounded by anything, okay? What's really important in this case is that you're going on the field and that you're playing on the field rather than in the field, okay? So when we're on something, on a place usually, as in Sportplatz, we would use the word auf to express to. So she is going to the athletic field, and in this case we use auf because she will end up on top of the field, okay? And again, it's der Sportplatz. After auf, when we're expressing that we're going somewhere, we will also use the accusative here. Okay, so that's everything that is new. We had three things. We had the wohin. Let's look at our rules. First rule, wo means woher. Woher means from where. And wohin, new or to. Try to find a way to remember these two or to keep them apart. Okay, now let's look at the other rules that we learned. First one, to express that you're going to a place, you will use in. If you're going to end up inside, for example, buildings, but also as we've seen also with the swimming pool, usually there's some kind of a fence around, so we would also use in this case when you're going to the pool. Use auf when you're going somewhere that where it is important that you are on top of it. For example, on a place, Sportplatz would be a good example here. In both of these cases, the place is going to be in the accusative, okay? What does that mean? That means that the der will change to a den. The other ones stay the same, so you don't have to worry, but the der will become a den. Also try to remember that when we say in das, oftentimes you will have that contracted to sound ins. Und das war alles für heute. Tschüss, bis bald.